This is your Sleepless God with a new series of What If Naruto was blessed by a sand god. Now, starting out this video, just remember Gaara is still here. But Naruto, when he was really, really young, like a toddler, was always a weird child. He was always very quiet, never really cried, never really did anything, always was super quiet baby. Even as a toddler, he was very quiet, but he had this blonde, sand slant, instead of the normal blonde, sand blonde, a little bit kind of dark blondish hair. Like when sand gets a little bit wet, it's not completely like sand when it gets wet, but it's dark. But when Naruto was really, really young, 5 years old, he realized sand, he can control sand with ease. He was in the playpen, a little sand playpen, and he can control it, make tiny little sand castles. And when he realized this was not normal because no one else was doing this. Not any of the kids. So he hid it. He thought it was weird. He thought it was under controlling, but he hid it but it was so natural for him. So he, even when he was 6, 7, he was lying and he was running off to the forest to make sand structures. It was so easy for him. Naruto, it was just drawn to it. Naruto also doesn't know what chakra is or anything like that. He's not even using chakra to build these massive sand castles. Or basically he's making sand temples out of nothingness. He's not doing what Gaara is doing, where he's busting down the sand, busting down rocks and minerals to make sand. Naruto is just making sand out of nothingness in some sense. As he's building these massive sand castles, he's learning to control his sand and realizing that sand is him. And what I mean by that is he doesn't walk with shoes on. He walks barefoot because he needs to touch the ground, because if it's not, it's unnatural for him. Because everything for him is sand. Sand pocket. But this ability of his is very freaky for himself because he just has sand everywhere. But it doesn't bother him. It's never really a problem for him. Even anytime someone rustles his hair, it's always a little sandy. Sand is everywhere he goes. Now, the villagers still hate him. But Naruto is so good at just dodging them because sand. His ability gives him the ability to hide and the ability to just be himself. So Naruto has something way different than the Naruto from the original series. He has something that he knows he's good at, but knows he cannot say anything about. So he keeps it hidden for many, many years until he's 12. Until he goes into the not 12. When he goes into the academy, he still hides it, but he starts practicing a lot more, skipping classes. Skipping classes to build massive sand structures and mausoleums out of sand, and he just lives. Now he's away from the orphanage, and now he lives in an actual apartment himself. But he doesn't really live there. He lives in these massive castles that he built out of sand. He built cities and homes and places where people can live out of sand. And his just small understanding of this of his world, he can't understand why the sand speaks with him, why he can feel so natural around sand. He loves just the sand and beaches. Beaches, he loves beaches. But he's always on watch. He has to build them in silence. Sand pocket. I'm gonna make that joke so many times. As when Naruto goes to the academy, he's not the best student, mostly because he's not interested in any of the classes because he's so distracted of what, like, he's not paying attention, really. What he's doing is he's working on his own abilities, his sand. His sand is almost like his friends and his family. They love him and they protect him, but they also speak with him and they understand him. Speak with him with no words, in a pretense, if you think about it. It's not actually speaking, it's him feeling the sand, and it's their own emotions, and the sand can feel him. Also, with this, not to be too weird, but Naruto is also a lot more shy than in the original series, mostly because he is like, mostly because he's more isolated to himself. He's not really trying to like meet new people. So Shoji, Shikamaru, Ino, Naruto never meets them. Naruto never talks to them. Naruto never even, like, Shikamaru does kind of try to talk to him, but Naruto's so shy. Shikamaru tries to stay behind, and but a girl does talk to Naruto, and it is Naruto's only kind of friend, and it's Hinata. Hinata, both of them are very shy individuals, and they talk to each other very softly into class. As yes, she still has a crush on Naruto, but it's a lot different. It's not like, oh, he's so cool and he's so loud, I want to be like that. It's more like, oh, it's still like a middle school crush. It's nothing too big, but it's like, oh, he's like me a little bit. He's shy and he's introverted, but Naruto slowly gets his voice as it goes on. As we finally reach 12 and the exam, as Naruto's chakra control, absolute dog shit. Like, actually worse than in the anime, because Naruto chakra is a lot larger than in the anime. He's about 2 times bigger of his chakra. And because of him using his sand and not using like actual jutsus and training, he does train his body. He trains his sand equally, but he doesn't train his chakra at fucking all. He absolutely literally sucks at making shadow clones. Now, sand shadow clones, not as much. So he does cheat in the exam. He does not make a shadow clone. He makes a sand shadow clone. So he makes a giant poof of his chakra, but instead of making it, and when the poof is, as in the anime, when the poof is like blocking people's view, he makes sand form of himself. So he does get his headband, but he's still contacted by the guy telling him there's a secret part of this, and if you do this little step, you will get even higher. You will get an upgrade. Now Naruto, not knowing, like trusting him, actually does it and sneaks in, grabs the scroll ceiling, steals it, and says, "Let me just learn the first jutsu." As he actually learns two jutsus. First one, Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he mixes that with his sand. So he now knows Sand Shadow Clone Jutsu. As Mitsuki attacks his sensei, as he mixes his sand shadow clones with his actual shadow clones, using a mix of chakra and unnatural sand to beat the fuck out of this man. Shit. See, because you know when Naruto said 1,000 shadow clones? No. It's about 1 billion shadow clones. Nah, it's more like close to like 10,000. Instead of 1,000, it's 10,000. Because it's the normal 1,000 and then actually 2,000. 2,000 shadow clones to beat on this man. And half of them are sand and half of them are normal. So they just beat the fuck out of this man. As Mitsuki is down for the count, him and Sensei do get some ramen at Uchiraka Ramen Place. As Uchiraka Ramen guy gives a couple hints. You got that sand power. Uchiraka Ramen guy is the only guy truly, and maybe the fourth Hokage with his secret ball, to know that Naruto has his sand ability. As he goes into the class one day, sitting by his friend Hanada. Sorry, I almost forgot her name. Hanada. As they talk a little bit, as when it gets done, people start coming in. As obviously the last person to come is the motherfucker himself, the man with 1,000 jutsus, and the sensei of Teen 7 comes in. No prank was pulled because Naruto was too lazy and too kind of awkward, a little bit too shy to do anything. Sasuke was too serious, and Sakura just too like rule bound to do anything that bad. As when he gets to the front, he says, "This is the motliest bunch of lazy and awful teammates that I think I ever saw." As Naruto kind of like looks at him like he's weird. Sorry, I said Itachi. Both Sakura and Sasuke both look at him like he's a bunch. Like Sasuke looks like cruelly at him, like, "What the fuck did you say me? Do you know what clan I am in?" Sakura looks like, "Yeah, do you know what clan he is?" Oh. As both of them, all of them go to the roof, as everyone gives the same statement. Sakura says, "I want to love someone." Sasuke, "I want to kill someone special." But Naruto doesn't speak at all. Like, shuts his mouth quietly. Just no. What do you want? What do you want to be, kid? What's your hopes and dreams? He knows his hopes and dreams. He wants to be able to build a new life with sand. But he can't do that. So he says nothing. As he says, "I'll kick you out of the team if you don't say anything." And he says, "I want to beat everyone. I want to be as powerful, and so no one will ever see me as weak. As Sasuke didn't feel like that would ever come out of his mouth. As Team 7 gets organized as... Did I forget his name? I actually forget his goddamn name. Kakashi? Yeah, Kakashi. What the fuck? Why did I forget? Sorry. Long week, my friend. Kakashi looks at Team 7 and says, don't eat breakfast. We're gonna have a early morning as Kakashi heads off, as everyone heads off, as Naruto sneaks into the forest, into this little cave, as he starts building a massive monolith. Let's reach to the top of this like open. It was an old volcano that it's now dead. That reaches the top as he keeps on just like making like it more detailed. As it seems like he destroys it and then keeps on making it every time. Like it's been practiced over and over again. He keeps on making it as he makes this massive, just beautiful monument of sand. As he makes like detailed of like water and like beaches. As he like doesn't even know what a beach really looks like, but he can feel the beach's water and sand and salt, fish. As he makes glass. Now, glass is a part of sand in some sort. You can burn glass, you can burn sand to make glass. So I'm saying glass. So you have some like windows made out of glass as like you see this massive sand monolith. And then it's so beautiful, destructed, and then he just smashes it down with his fist. As you see everything crumble, as you just see massive sand go everywhere and then just vanish. As Naruto already wakes up pretty early, as he gets over to the practice field, Sakura was already there, and Sasuke comes a little bit later, around 5 minutes, as they wait another hour for Kakashi to come. As Kakashi comes, saying he got distracted by the road of life, as they start the bell test, as all of them disappear. As first, Kakashi goes for Sasuke because he seems like the most dangerous. As when they start fist fighting, Kakashi feels a lot of different. See, because while they're moving, when Kakashi steps, he feels like his feet get sunken just a little bit more, so it's harder to get out. So it's just a little bit of effort for more movement. As this is Naruto's doing, making the ground softer, sand related. But for Sasuke, making it hard and easier to move. As Naruto also rushes out and goes for Kakashi's neck as Kakashi, still reading the book, just noticing this now, still reading the book, blocks Naruto's kunai, kick Naruto to the back. As when he kicks Naruto's back, he doesn't feel like what he kicks it and then he's just like, wait a second, as he feels sand, or what he thinks is sand, but he doesn't know. As Naruto like sees the sand protecting him, and is like, ah shit, I gotta pretend, and just like chucks his body to the tree or something, smashing his back against the tree. As like Kakashi's like, as he like smashes into the ground, and you see like little sand particles come for a little bit and then disappear. He's like, was that illusion? As Sasuke like, don't get distracted as he does fireball jutsu as he's as Kasha's Kaka. Let me fix that. Kakashi's like, bitch, you don't have enough chakra for that. As he makes a fireball jutsu, and he's like, bitch, you don't have enough chakra for that. Or you shouldn't have enough chakra for that. As he's like, gotta disappear. As when Kakashi goes underneath the ground, Naruto still knows where he is. As Naruto, instead of just, maybe just weaseling his way out, he's like, I gotta do something. So he digs his hand into the ground and he makes a sand cocoon around Kakashi. As Kakashi's like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't make any sense. As he hardens the sand into pure and almost so strong that it's almost titanium steel. As Kakashi's like, wait a second. As Naruto does spikes of death, as he makes like these really hard, almost metal-like spikes as he goes for Kakashi. As Kakashi's like, no fucking way. As he has to do a water jutsu. He does I think it's water spray so he can weaken the sand enough just to get out. As Kakashi looks at Naruto as his hand is still digging the ground as he lifts it up as he says sand manipulation. As Kakashi claps his hand and says, "You've all passed!" As Sakura climbs out of the woods like, Sasuke, you're still alive. As she was against the genjutsu of Kakashi seeing all the kunais and all that stuff sticked into the boy toy. As it's like your performance and your teamwork was amazing, and all of you passed the bell test. Now we can part of Team 7. As Kakashi looked at all of them with this feeling of just amazement, because he's now realized why the sand was protecting Naruto, or he thought was sand was protecting Naruto. He got his sand abilities from his mom. His mom was a wielder of sand chakra, but it was a little bit different. Sand ability, but it was a little bit different because she never needed to use sand in her life. As this is where we're ending off, I hope you guys liked it. Comment down below whatever what ifs you want. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.